Ayurvedic medicine includes descriptions of over 5,000 signs and symptoms of various diseases, 700 herbs, and 6,000 formulations to treat them. So, dating back 5,000 years, it's also considered to be an ancient science of healing because it enhances longevity. Its influence can be found in many ancient traditional methods of healing, including Tibetan, Greek, Chinese medicine. Thus, I would say it as the mother of healing.
Hello and welcome to It's a Journey podcast. How are you healing today? Your host, Stephanie Naidu, welcomes guests from different parts of the globe with professional expertise in health and holistic wellness. Holistic means physical, emotional, social, and spiritual well-being. So what do all of our guests have in common? It's their dedication to help us with our healing journey and personal development. Let's dive into this new episode with our special guest and explore the answers in order to continue our personal journey's exploration towards healing and self-love.
Dr. Dharna Tiku is an experienced Ayurvedic consultant by profession and an Ayurvedic enthusiast by heart. She has been practicing Ayurveda for nearly 15 years. She has worked in multi-specialty hospitals and been a key person in launching various new Ayurvedic setups in Singapore. Dharna is also a keynote speaker. She has spoken in various public events and at her workshops on treating health conditions through Ayurveda and breath work, which she is particularly passionate about. As a senior consultant, she has helped thousands of people to lead a balanced and disease-free life. Her blog, Ayurveda and Me, is an informative and knowledge-boosting blog, which she says is the nectar from her years of expertise. In this third episode, I will be talking to Dharna about Ayurveda. Our topic today is back to the basics. What is Ayurveda? Hello, Dr. Dharna. It's such a pleasure to have you here today to my podcast. It's a Journey podcast. So today we're going to talk about Ayurveda. So welcome.
Thank you, Stephanie, so much for having me here, and it's my pleasure to share Ayurveda on this platform. Thank you for the invitation.
Great. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to start with my first question for you. What was your journey that led you where you are now as an Ayurvedic senior consultant?
Thank you, Stephanie, for this question. I would say my journey, began 20 years ago when I joined as a student of Ayurveda, which is a 5 years long bachelor's course. And post my graduation, getting my bachelor's degree, I have joined various hospitals in India, worked as a senior consultant, worked in integrative departments where, modern medicine and Ayurveda was working hand in hand, treating patients in OPD, IPD, even post-operative management through Ayurvedic treatments. And in Singapore, I have been working as a senior consultant for past many years. And over the period of time, I have grown into my experience treating maybe hundreds and thousands of patients here, guiding them through lifestyle. I think it has been a journey, and I'm still growing. Understanding environment, humans is not easy, but I'm loving this journey so far.
Oh, that's wonderful. So Ayurveda is yoga's sister in terms of mind and body's relationship. But lots of people in the world are less familiar with Ayurveda. Can you please explain what is Ayurveda and how it complements yoga?
So Ayurveda, it's a combination of two words. Ayu means life and Veda means science. So it literally means the science of life. It's not just a medicine. It's not just a complementary system of taking care or in a holistic way, but it's way beyond that. So, and this is the only science which, deals with body, mind, and spirit, because life is known as the union of body, mind, and spirit. The science of life is that which makes us understand about life. The subject matter of Ayurveda is not only physical, as I said, but physical body, but mind, body, and spirit. Ayurveda, you can say, is a lifestyle that provides guidelines on daily basis, seasonal basis, age-wise, based on the sex as well. We prescribe diet, behavior, and proper uses of our sense organs. So, if we say, hence, Ayurveda describes health as a balanced and dynamic integration between environment, body, mind, and spirit. Hence, aims to keep body and mind healthy, for which yoga and meditation plays a very vital role. So it goes hand in hand to help with the calming of body, of mind and spirit. Yoga plays a very, a sister role, and complements Ayurveda very well. Even in my prescription, when I'm advising certain kind of a diet or a lifestyle routine, yoga is one of the integral part of my prescriptions.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I love to hear that.
Thank you.
So another thing that I love about Ayurveda is that it's personalized based on your dosha. Could you tell me a little bit more about each dosha?
Oh yeah, of course. If we start talking about dosha, it will take hours to finish. But just to give a taste of what basically tridosha is, I will definitely I'm happy to answer this. So tridosha basically means three doshas. We can compare it with three volatile body energies, which have the tendency to go out of balance if we don't maintain certain diet, lifestyle, or daily routine guidelines according to Ayurveda. So that is why they are also called as three pollutants, because of their tendency to easily get polluted if it is not kept under check. So these doshas are unique to each person, which determines their peculiar physical, emotional, and psychological setup. You can also say it is a kind of inherited and predisposition of our genes, which decides our, genetic makeup, also known as Prakriti in Ayurveda. So it is also called as body type. Most of the people call it like that. Understanding of each person's Prakriti for deciding their personal diet, exercise patterns, supplements, medical herbs, cleansing and rebuilding therapies that is right for them are among chief methods that Ayurveda employs for the maintenance and restoration of the health, and for which we have to have a deep understanding of the body type of a person, for which we do pulse reading. Through pulse, we get to understand, what are the doshas in balance, what are the doshas in imbalance. So that is how we cater to their, prescription. These are basically three types: vata, that is air, if we say in the layman term; pitta is fire, and kapha is water. But each of these doshas are combination of two elements. As per Ayurveda, there are five elements. That is akasha, known as space or ether; vayu, that is air; agni, that is fire; jala, that is water; prithvi, that is earth. So all these five elements in certain permutations and combination combine to form a dosha. For example, vata dosha. Vata dosha is a combination of air and space. So, because earlier times, to assess a person based on different elements was very complicated. So our acharyas, our scientists, the Ayurvedic scientists, they came up with this idea of segregating it into three basic elements. So vata is composition of air and space. So vata corresponds to the movement of our body. Inside any kind of movements like circulation, movement of food from our mouth to our stomach, elimination of waste products, the movement of our muscles, movement of blood through vessels, all these kind of movements are controlled by vata. Psychologically, movement of thoughts, aggravation of thoughts in the imbalanced state is a vata alarm that your vata is out of balance. If this vata goes out of balance, you will see physically, you will see dryness of the skin, brittle hair, dryness in the eyes, irritability. So these are the signs that person has a vata imbalance. A balanced Vata person, if you want to walk through and understand, who is Vata, who is Pitta. Vata person will be very lean, structured person, very thin, will have thin hair, very fine hair also. So physically, you can assess that, okay, this is a Vata kind of a person. Coming to Pitta, Pitta is a combination of, again, two elements, which is air and fire. So Pitta corresponds to digestion, biotransformation of digested food, and the factors responsible for metabolism. So basically, Pitta contributes to our metabolic processes in the body. So the seat of Pitta is the digestive system. Okay, there are many seats of Pitta. There are 5 different types of Pitta, which again is another topic we can take, cater to later. But basic seat of Pitta is the digestive system, your stomach. Whenever Pitta goes high, you will see burning sensation in the eyes, burning sensation in the feet and the soles and the hands. You can find acid reflux. So these are some imbalances of Pitta, which can indicate you need to cater to the need of your Pitta right now. Our body temperature is maintained by Pitta. If it is not in the balance, people have fever as well. So again, this is a Pitta imbalance. Kapha. Kapha is a combination of water and earth. So kapha corresponds to structure and all of the oily factors of our body, such as fat tissues, lubricating fluids like synovial fluids in the joints, which keeps our joints mobile and flexible. The mucus secretion in the digestive system and the respiratory system. When there is a normal mucus secretion, it ensures that the digestion of the food is well. And if in case there is, you have taken hot food, it ensures that it doesn't damage your digestive system. So this mucus coating is very protective in nature. But whenever there is imbalance in kapha, you can see people having runny nose, sudden sinus buildup, sluggishness, tiredness, fatigue, and kapha kind of people generally psychologically are easily prone to depression. So psychological imbalance of kapha is depression, and they lose interest in doing things. So if you want to assess what kapha kind of a person looks like, usually kapha kind of people are heavy built. Not that they have put on weight just now, but they are heavy built since from the birth, so, since their childhood. They are very loving, charming, and bubbly people. But as I said, when it is in the imbalance, they usually tend to go to depression. I think I forgot to mention the Pitta personality people. Pitta personality people, if you see, they are medium built, very aggressive, go-getters, have good leadership qualities. But again, when this Pitta is in imbalance, they usually tend to have ego, anger, agitation, and very much, you can say, into superiority complex. So these are the psychological, physical balanced and imbalanced state of all the 3 doshas. So I think, I try to, make you understand in a very brief manner of how all these 3 doshas work.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. So you have a very informative blog, which is called Ayurveda and Me, where you share all about Ayurveda. And one of the first things that I read on your blog is that Ayurveda is known as the mother of all healing. Can you tell me why?
Yes, sure. I'm glad that you brought up Ayurveda and Me here, because that is kind of my passion-driven blog, where I love to share information about Ayurvedic science, diet, lifestyle, seasonal routines, daily routines. And this is kind of a knowledge-sharing blog. And also, I'm going to build up more on it. And yes, of course, I have written Ayurveda, as a mother of healing. If we see, Ayurveda dates back to the period of the Indus Valley civilization, which is about 3000 BC, and has been passed down through generations of oral tradition, like the other 4 knowledge texts in Ayurveda in ancient India. There are four basic texts, that is Rig Veda. There are four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda, which were composed between 12th to 7th century BC. Ayurvedic medicine includes descriptions of over 5,000 signs and symptoms of various diseases, 700 herbs, and 6,000 formulations to treat them. So, dating back 5,000 years, it's also considered to be an ancient science of healing because it enhances longevity. Its influence can be found in many ancient traditional methods of healing, including Tibetan, Greek, Chinese medicine. Thus, I would say it as the mother of healing.
Okay. Okay. So you said earlier that you have clients coming to consult you, and what is a common question of some like a misconception that your clients have that you often hear about Ayurveda?
Yeah. When I started my practice in Singapore 10 years ago, people were not much aware of Ayurveda, and some people haven't even heard of this term Ayurveda. And it was, I thought it was my responsibility before they come, go ahead for the treatment or any kind of prescription. It was my duty to make them first understand what Ayurveda is. So, giving them first a brief idea about Ayurveda gave them a confidence of what they are going to do and how we are going to treat them. So that has been, over the period of time, seeing that people are interested to know. But the thing is, somebody should, make them understand. It kind of a build up on a passion. And most common questions what comes across, while I explain them what Ayurveda is, that why do they have to follow diet? Why don't you just give us a medicine, treat our doshas, balance us, and we can just go ahead with our life. But as I said earlier, Ayurveda is a holistic science. It's a science of life, and the life cannot be maintained only with the medicines. Medicines can act as a supporting pillars. Medicines can act as treating some chronic and critical ailments, be it Ayurveda or any other science, medicinal science. It is just a supporting system. But the thing which will help you in the long run is your lifestyle, is your diet, because food is the first medicine which you're giving yourself every day. So there's a very right saying in Ayurveda: if food is taken in the right manner, it acts as a medicine, and the vice versa. So I think food is something which I really emphasize on before treating a person, because if you're getting treated now with the medicine, it surely is going to rebound and come back after months if you're not following the diet. So medicine will help to a certain extent, but the longer term, diet is a key element to maintain a health of a healthy person and get rid of the disease of a diseased person, which is the aim of Ayurveda as well.
Okay, so if I understand, Ayurveda is here to keep us healthy, right?
Yes. So the aim of Ayurveda is not only to keep a healthy person healthy, get rid of a disease, but also to ensure that the person who is healthy stays healthy forever.
Okay, good. All right, so now I have a more personal question. I'd like to know what is your personal daily practice?
Thank you, Stephanie, for this question. My belief is your day, your morning decides your day. And one very important, step in the to have a perfect day is to start your day very well planned. And for me, I generally wake up between 5:34, 5:45 a.m. The reason being that is also called as Brahmi Muhurta in Ayurveda, where the atmospheric air is much cleaner because all the dust particles get settled down. There's not much of the noise pollution. So you have ample time for your, mental practices to calm down your mind and channelize your energies. So this is called as Brahmi Murta in Ayurveda. I don't miss it at any cost, my morning practice. And one very important practice which forms a part of my morning routine is Surya Namaskar, which is also called as sun salutation. Sun salutation doesn't is not only a physical workout. It works on a lot of your energies. It ensures that you are loaded with energy to start up your day with the after doing Surya Namaskar. I generally advocate and advise my clients to do it, especially along with the morning sun. When the sun is rising, at that time, if you do, your energies are completely different than when you do it at other time of the day. So morning is the best time to do sun salutation. And after a good sweat out of around 30 minutes, I take my refreshing bath. And after my bath, I ensure that I do my 10 to 15 minutes of breath work. See, breath work plays a very important role in calming, your body energies, especially your vata and your pitta dosha. I have seen tremendous results in my clients in Singapore. Basically, if you see, most of the population in Singapore are thin in structure. So that gives us an idea that they are mostly a vata predominant body type. And breath work works wonderfully with them, even though it is advised for all the three doshas, that is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. But Vata people are very active. They want to do multiple things at the same time. They are too much into activity that, they lose the track of breathing on the, at a required pace. And this helps to calm that energy down. So it brings that energy down so you can make the right decisions. You are not impulsive to make any decisions. You don't get agitated and angry very fast, because nowadays we work in such an environment. There are a number of things we need to do at the same time. And at the same time, we should not lose the focus and we should not lose our cool. And these breath works actually help and ensures that oxygen has reached to the tiniest, composition of your body and nourishes each and every cell of yours. So these breath works are something I do after taking, my shower and all. And then I follow my spiritual practices. Everyone have their own beliefs or own spiritual beliefs. It has nothing to do with a particular religion or anything, but any spiritual belief, I do that because that gives me certain kind of confidence that there is someone, if I'm doing right, the things are going to go right all the way. After doing my breath work and, I'm calm enough, my mind is all set for the day. I start with reading my literature, which is Vedas in Ayurveda, because, as I said, it's a 5,000-year-old science and you cannot complete in this lifetime because there's so much to know and understand in Ayurveda. And every day whenever I read my text, there's something new I understand to brush up my skills, to, brush up my knowledge on it. And then I keep myself aware of the modern researches on medicine field, because that gives me a comparative analysis of Ayurveda and how modern technologies and modern medicine is tackling the same situation. So that is how I start my morning. But to have a good restful sleep and feeling energetic and being able to get up at 5:30 to 5:45 a.m., it is very much important to have a great sleep. And to have a great sleep, there has to be an unwinding process to the day. There has to be certain procedures you should follow before you go to sleep. Because if you, some of my clients say, I cannot fall asleep if I don't see my screen until I'm completely dozed off. You can sleep physically, but your mental activity will be, your mind will be very alert. If your mind is alert during your sleep, it will not let other organs to detox. It will ensure that other organs are also working along with it, because our brain is our CEO. It controls our sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system. And to keep all of those in sync during the sleep and in calm mode, we have to ensure the CEO is taking good rest. And for this to take rest, you have to make sure that you are not engaging in any kind of activities which will make you more active physically and mentally. So before 30 minutes of going to sleep, shut down all the equipments, especially your screen time should completely be away from you, and have half an hour to yourself. Ensure that this half an hour you dedicate to yourself. You can either do your meditative practices if you are have been practicing under some guidance. Don't do it by yourself, of course. Do some meditative practices, do some calming breath works. Or if you don't know any of these, it's fine. Turn on some quiet music, calm music, which will ensure your senses are, slowly unwinding with the process of the day, the knowledge and information you have gathered throughout the day. So you are just, away from all the information. That is when you will have a great, good night's sleep. I have seen also people, they even sleep 9 hours and more, but still they feel fatigued. The reason is the sleep is not right. So I would definitely, recommend everyone to have a good morning and the night routine to have an energetic day.
No, that's wonderful advice. Thank you so much for sharing all you know about Ayurveda, and thank you so much also for your passion, because we can totally feel it. It was such a pleasure to have you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much for having me here. Connect with me, go on the blog, just see the information you want. It's all there. Thank you, Stephanie.
You can learn more about Dharna on Facebook at Dr Dharna Tiku, on Instagram at drdharna.ayurveda. To find out about Dharna's blog, Ayurveda and Me, visit www.ayurvedaandme.com. All the links are listed below in the comment section on YouTube. Thank you to all our listeners, and see you very soon for more on healing, self-love, and your personal journey.
Thank you for listening and for taking time for yourself. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast, share this episode with others on social media, or leave a rating and a review. To catch the latest from Ujjwati, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Ujjwati. Thanks again, and see you on the next episode.